So again, my name is LaJoya Johnson. I created Black Educated Lesbians in September of 2014. Was started out as a one Facebook group due to the idea of not seeing presence online for professional Black lesbians. I decided to create what's now known as BEL. When I created it 10 years ago, which seems so long ago, but it's not, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted it to be a nonprofit or just a Facebook group or what I wanted to do with it. So, what I did was just, started out as a Facebook group. It's grown to 5,000 members. And in March 2021, because of the Facebook group and the other groups that I have, I was approached to do a ad campaign for Women's History Month. Um, Due to that, I was also approached to do something for Pride Month for that year as well. And I said to myself, hey, why not create a nonprofit? This is what your passion is. Might as well do it. And so in 2021, I started the process of getting my EIN number and looking up the documentation needed to create a nonprofit. I didn't officially start the process until this year because of the fact that I also created this year a conference named the Black Queer Women's Conference, which was held in Metro Atlanta from September 27th to the 29th. That conference was attended well to me to be the first. Around 50 people attended. And due to that, creating that conference, I said to myself, hey, how am I going to get funding for this? Because I can't fund it on my own. And the best way to do that is to get a 501c3. 501c3 just basically means, as far as the IRS is concerned, that you're a legitimate nonprofit organization and you can ask for funding and also get those donations that you receive tax deductible for the people who donate to you. That is a great incentive for people who would like to donate and also get some help off their taxes. So it's a great idea for people who want to do 501c status. It's not required to do, even though people may say that you're required to do that to be a nonprofit organization. That's not true. That is something that you have to determine for yourself, whether or not you want to go through that process. And for me, it was the best option for me as far as funding is concerned and making sure that I'm legally, dotting my I's and crossing my T's and making sure everything is done correctly. So I had applied on November 6th and I received the paperwork, I think November 14th. So the process is really not as fast, not as slow as people think. It literally took a week, 2 weeks for me. I thought it would take much longer because it usually says 6 to 8 weeks, and I received the letter. So I'm going to go ahead and show my screen so you all can see my PowerPoint presentation and also the different websites I went through to get this started. The first thing I would say is, regardless of what state you're in, make sure you search your state security, Secretary of State website to make sure that you're legal for your state. If you move from New York to New Jersey, yes, you have to start the process all over again because you want to be recognized in the state in which you live. And me, being someone who's moved a lot, that can be costly. So just make sure you're recognized in your state. Go to your go to the website for the Secretary of State for the state in which you live, and it will give you specific documents and details on what you have to do. For the state of Georgia, it is different. And I think every state is going to have different things that you do, but it's all going to be close to the same thing. And when I say that, I mean you apply for your business license because a nonprofit is considered a business. You have to apply for that to get your articles of incorporation. Also, you have to register your nonprofit as a charitable organization within the state. So let me share my screen. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Me move this here. All right. Hopefully you all can see my screen. Okay. So what I did was go up here to the Georgia Secretary of State website. You click on charities, and then it tells you how to apply. It's really simple, honestly. It's just depends on the state in which you live. The fees are not that expensive. To register as a charitable organization, the cost was $35. And to give my articles of incorporation, which is talked about in the business section, um, where you register as a business, that was roughly, I think that was $110. So it is not that expensive. Again, I'm going to keep saying it depends on your state. That is the most important thing. Make sure you do what your state requires you to do, so you are legal. Next, let me see. Hold on 1 second. Let me hold on 1 second for me. Okay. Actually, let me redo that. Okay. So I introduced myself. Art, before I say anything else, is everybody able to see my PowerPoint presentation? Please let me know if you're not able to see it. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Oh. Okay. Now can you see it? Okay, cool. Thank you. um, so, as I stated before, I created BEL, Black Educated Lesbians, due to the fact of there was no representation within social media spaces for professional Black lesbians. Created September 10th, 2014. I just celebrated the 10-year anniversary of BEL. In March 2021, I was approached to do a campaign for Women's History Month. And then we had the Pride History, the Pride Month campaign as well. And I realized that I should make this a nonprofit in 2021. All right. So as I stated before, the Secretary of State website is where you start um, for your nonprofit. You also have to make sure that you are a charitable organization as well as a business. Have to remember to do both. I almost forgot the second part, but I realized I needed an article of incorporation, so I figured out how to do that. After you do that, the best thing to do is go to the IRS website. First, well, before that, you have to determine if you want to be a 501c3. As I stated before, you don't have to do that, but I would strongly recommend it if you need funding, and most nonprofits need funding unless you're like a millionaire and you don't. But usually to get 501c3 status, you need an EIN number. That is like your social security number for your business. And to get that, you just go to the website and hold on one second. You go to the website and it'll show you how to get it for free. And let me pull that up. Okay, you are all still able to see my screen, right? Okay, cool. um, all right. So basically you go to the okay. Nope, it's being difficult. And thank you. Move out the way. That's not what I want. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Um, so you would go here to the IRS website and you click on file and then charities and nonprofit, and then you click on EIN. It's very straightforward and it's free. Please don't pay anyone to do this because it's super easy and it's free. And once you get that, you'll be able to legally register for a 501c3 status. I'm not 100% sure if you need it for the state. I already had it, but I think you may. So it's good to have anyway, um, just in case you need it. This used to be open 24 hours a day. It no longer is. It's available from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So once you receive your EIN number, you can then fill out the paperwork that you need to and go from there. Some of the things that I use as far as helping me to create flyers and stuff that you will need for your nonprofit, whether you're doing an ad campaign for Instagram, TikTok, anything like that, will be to use Canva. Canva is one of the resources that is very awesome to use. But another thing is it's free if you have a nonprofit as well. So once you receive your 501c3 status, you'll realize how easy it is to receive free stuff. Honestly, a lot of different organizations such as Canva offer free membership. Also, Microsoft offers a free membership as well for nonprofits. So that's great because you will be creating lots and lots of documents. Um, Another thing that I use faithfully, especially when creating my conference, was Chat GPT. A lot of people don't know about Chat GPT, but it is super simple. I didn't realize how simple it was, and it almost keeps like a memory of things that you asked it to do previously. So I can actually go into the chat GPT, sign in, create an account, and it actually holds all of your history. So if you ask it to do anything, rewrite a letter, you can ask it to create a business plan, you can literally ask it to create anything, and it holds all of that information for you. So it is a great tool. Me personally, I'm not a good writer, so Chat GPT is amazing and it's free. So that's also another great resource. And make sure you check the document before you send it off to people. That is very important. A lot of people talk about needing a business phone number. I have Google Voice. That's an app you can use on your phone, or you can log into your Google account on the website and click on voice, and you can create a phone number. It's pretty self-explanatory, and when I started the phone number, it was free. I'm not 100% sure if it is now, but I know it was. Um, this section, this part is very important, especially because of the times that we are in right now, to have a PO box. You will have a lot of documentation being sent to you, and your information is online. You can also use it as a street address for when you're filling out forms, whether it be a grant application or a document for the Secretary of State. That information is posted for the world to see, honestly. So please make sure you are safe. Do not put your physical address, have a P.O. box. If you have a P.O. box with USPS, you can use a street address. And for me, it's just really a lot more convenient to have a P.O. box. Also, to make sure that you are having things detailed and in order, is to make sure you have a business bank account. A business bank account is very important because you don't want to tie your personal funds with your business funds, especially when you have a 501c3. A lot of people don't want to do a 501c3 because of the fact that they are so particular. You have to make sure that the 50 cents you're getting has to be tied to 50 cents for your business. They are very particular about that, and you have to make sure that you're on your P's and Q's when that is concerned. So the best thing to do is to have a separate account. Honestly, with a separate bank. I don't think it should be with the same bank that you have for personal, but you can if you want. The bank that I use is called Relay. Um, it's very easy to sign up. It's an online bank. Most of the stuff I do is online, so it makes it really simple. They do give you a debit card that you can use. You can either have your name on it or your business name on it. And, it just depends on what you want to do with that. And it's been a great tool for me. And so just make sure that you have a separate account. All right, legal documents. When talking about a 501c3 status, you will have to make sure that you have certain things in order. You will have to make sure that you have articles of incorporation, which you will receive from your Secretary of State office with your state. And you also need to create a nonprofit bylaw form. That is much simpler than I thought it was going to be. So what I did was I went to this website called Form Swift, and literally it goes through everything. It asks you who your officers are, where the meetings are going to be held, and it does it in a questionnaire form. So you're able to type in into this whatever you would like. And it also gives you hints if you don't know exactly what it is that you're trying to say. Um, so it's very self-explanatory. You're able to save it. And I think this website gives you like 7 days for free. So you can actually create this, save it, download it to your computer, and have it without having to pay anything. So that's what I did. It's very nice. If you do want to pay for the membership, you are able to edit it in case your officers change or anything like that. But yeah, it's super self-explanatory and very, very easy to use. I put an asterisk by business plan because I think a lot of people feel like if you have a nonprofit, you need a business plan. I haven't needed one, but I also don't have business credit yet, and I haven't asked a specific bank for a loan or anything, but that's what that would be for, to have a business plan. So you're able to tell people what it is that you're looking to do with your nonprofit. For me, I created a pitch deck, which is, I'm a very visual person. So it creates basically what is BEL, what I'm trying to do, and all of that jazz in a PowerPoint presentation like this. Um, it is actually on my website for BEL, and it's honestly for anyone to be able to see in case they're interested in learning more about BEL. You can actually download it here. If anyone needs any help doing that, creating this, I use Canva, and I just basically went and created what BEL was, how I founded it, and all that stuff. And also, it's just a great way to show people what BEL is, and it also shows that you are legit. That's very important. Um, One thing that I did that I know a lot of people do not do, but I trademarked my name, Black Educated Lesbians, because of the fact that it was really important to me to keep this name and to make sure that no one else had it. So that's the extra stuff you can do. I did it because of that reason, and also because this name is very important to me. So I wanted to make sure it was trademarked so no one else could use it. Um, the other thing is funding. Funding is a very important part of creating a nonprofit, and it is something that is honestly can be quite difficult. A lot of people say you can get grants anywhere and everywhere. Yes, you can, but there's a lot of other people looking for the same thing. It's almost like applying for a scholarship for college. You are in a very competitive situation, and you're trying to make sure that your application is seen in front of everyone else's. So the best recommendation I have as far as finding funding is to sign up for different websites that list the different grants. So I found something called Galaxy. I use, I haven't had time to actually dig into it as much as I would like, but it is called galaxyofthestars.org. You sign up for this, you can sign up for the free membership, but it doesn't give you access to all the grants. And so I am signed up for it. I think it's like $7.99 a month. And I click on Grant Finder, and then it will pull up featured grants, different opportunities. So this is one of the featured grants that they have. You just click on it, it tells you what it is, and it will tell you the deadline. It will also click on here. Let me make sure I'm signed in. Let me log in. Okay, so let me go back and let me go to Grant Finder. Let me see if I can pull up the website. Hold on for me for 1 second. Here it is. Okay, so when the website is working correctly, it will give you a list of all the grants that are out there right now. This is set on due soon, so that means it's going to expire soon, but this is a list of the different grants that are available. The hard part is taking the time to actually apply for the grants and to make sure that you actually qualify for each grant. That is extremely time consuming, but the information is out there. You just have to spend the time and look for it. Make sure that you read the descriptions, the requirements, so you're not wasting your time applying for a grant that you don't qualify for. But that website is extremely helpful. Let me see. Should, nope, it won't. Okay. So that's one website. Another website that I use for information on grants is called Hello Alice. And Hello Alice is more business um, related, but they do have some grants available for people who have a nonprofit as well. So there's different, you would click on funding and it will tell you about different opportunities for small businesses. It will tell you about financing and things such as that. Um, right now, this is the only one. Oh, hold on. Programs. Okay. This is also tells you how to create business credit as well. It helps you with creating a brand, protecting your business, and launching a website and other things like that. Like I said, this is mostly for people with businesses, but it does give you information on how to find grants for nonprofits as well. Another thing I want to mention was certifications. Certifications are super, super important. Um, one of the certifications, let me go to SBA. You can go to sba.gov to find out the different certifications that they have. They have certifications for people that are LGBTQ, military, vets, women, and minorities as well. For this, it helps you when you're filling out applications. It's just an extra certification that you can put on your in your belt when you're applying for things to stand out more. Also, when you apply to the LGBTQ small business, one is usually with your state. And so you can become a member of those different organizations so you can attend different networking events. Networking events is super, super important. I'll get to your question 2 seconds. That's super, super important when you are signing up for the different uh, certifications and making sure that you network and go into these networking opportunities is super important when you're having different events within your state and in your area. Metro Atlanta is super big, and so it's good to get your name out and attend those networking events. Um, I think Oh, also, when you're applying for different grants, I would use Chat GPT as often as possible to help you when you are trying to do sentence structuring, making sure that you can actually put in the question for the grant, and you can put it into Chat GPT and it will spit out an answer for you. Just make sure you edit it and it applies to your organization. And honestly, I feel like I talked too fast, but that was it. Um, you can actually come off mute and ask me any questions that you may have. And yeah, and I could show you anything, anything that you may have questions with. Just let me know.
Hey, Ladarian.
Hey,
I'm a founder of Nunu Capra. It just has our logo across the top, but I'm Nakia. And I've been following you for a while, even on TikTok. And we just became friends on Facebook. And I think what you're doing is awesome. So I'm kind of glad that I came because I wanted to tell you that personally.
oh,
Um,
thank you.
you're welcome. But is there a time frame from when you file, like when you become incorporated to when you file for the 501c3?
The time frame honestly is on you. When I did the nonprofit, when I did my um, application for the state of Georgia. I did that when I moved back. No, when did I do that? I think I did it. No, I did it in April of this year, and I moved back to Georgia June of last year. So I did it then. It honestly, it doesn't take long at all. It's like maybe 2 weeks. And then I didn't apply to get my 501c3 because I was still reading up on it into November. So, and that process literally took 2 weeks as well. There are two different applications for 501c3. One is the streamlined, super simple one, and that's the application is literally 3 pages long, and it costs $275. That's the one I did. There's one that's much bigger, and those are for larger nonprofits. I think that application is 25 pages long and it's $600. So yeah, that application I wouldn't do unless you have a bigger organization. But it literally took 2 weeks. Online, it says 6 to 8 weeks. And I got a letter in the mail, called, they told me what it was, and I have the letter. So yeah, the process is not as hard as people may think. Um, and yeah, super straightforward. Any other questions?
Do you get the application directly from the IRS website, or is there
Yeah,
somewhere
let
else
me
that you
show
have
you.
to?
Let me show
Because I got the sample one, so I could kind of look over it.
you.
But that sample one is a little confusing because I think the one that I wanted to print it off was the
Is
longer
the big
version.
one? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So
when I
I
was looking over it, I was like, some of this don't even apply to us.
exactly, exactly. That's why you do the 3 page one. 'Cause, yeah, all that other stuff is too confusing, too complicated.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so apply for. I went to IRS file, and then you go to charities and nonprofits. When you click on that, you go to apply for tax exempt status, and the application is right here. It's the 1023 EZ,
Okay.
and you have instructions here, and then the form. So when you, me personally, I printed out the form, filled it out, and then
Mhm.
I went back online and filled out the form. Um, so where is it? Where is it?
And for sororities and things like that, it would our constitution and bylaws would have to be sent in. Um,
I didn't send in any bylaws. I created the bylaws. I
yeah,
thought I
okay.
did, but they
Yeah.
didn't ask me for it. I didn't send any of that in.
And did you just do the application and pay the fee and then that was it?
That's literally it.
Well, see,
It
we're in North Carolina, so I'm not sure if it'll be different, but I'm just gonna do it.
let me let me go. Well, actually, because the IRS is federal,
Yeah.
it should be the same. It should be the same that I did, but like if you want to be when you get registered for the state, for North Carolina, you would have to go to North Carolina Secretary of State. But honestly, you possibly could do a 501(c)(3) before you do that. I wouldn't. I would have that information already done just in case you need it.
Yeah,
But
because I went ahead and filed, like, we're incorporated in North Carolina. We have the article of incorporation, bylaws. I did all of that before I even went and got a EIN number and paid and did anything else.
and that's the thing, like it's not like you have to do it this way. You have to, this has to be first, this has to be second.
Mhm.
I like that. It's all about what you want to do. Um, but yeah, you go to pay.gov, you sign in. These are the instructions, and then my form. Let's see. I'm like, I don't care if y'all see my form, like, because everything is literally online. Um, this is
Yeah.
this is the streamline. Like I said, it's 3 pages long, um, and it's very straightforward. It asks you your officers. They have a list of 5, but I only have 3, which is fine. They took that. Section 2, section 3, 4, 5, and that's it. Like it is very simple. And it's $275. And yeah,
That's a lot cheaper than what I was about to
yeah, it was
pay.
600. It was 600. They didn't have this easy form, and I was just like, I was thinking about life choices. I didn't
Yeah,
know if
because
I
I was
wanted.
gonna file. I think we were gonna use LegalZoom, and they were gonna charge us. I'm gonna tell you the exact amount. Let me see. They were
I was
going
like,
to charge
please
us
stop using these websites.
$7.95.
Yeah, no, please stop using these websites. You can do it for free on your own. And if you need help, let me know. I will help you. Um, yeah, don't LegalZoom. That I mean, that's how they get their money. Um, but but yeah, you can do this on your own. If you need help, just let me know. Um, yeah, yeah. No LegalZoom. Free, 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 free.
Yeah, because me and my co-founder were like, we were going to get $800 from.
Exactly, exactly. And that's
We
and
just getting started. Where's $800 going to come from?
exactly like a lot of people think that a nonprofit is like the Red Cross, which it is. They're a nonprofit, but I'm a non-nonprofit. Like I don't have it. So when you don't have it, you have to come up with creative or free ways to get stuff done. Another website that I use that I actually saw, I think off of TikTok, was lawdepot.com, another source for free legal documents. You can create a will, power of attorney, eviction notice, all that stuff on here. Um, always look for free or reduced price information. Um, Next, I'm going to have a um, meeting on funding, just strictly funding. This was basically to talk about the basics of creating a 501c3 or a nonprofit organization if you don't want to be a 501c3. A lot of people don't want to do it. And I was contemplating whether or not I wanted to for years, because I don't want to have to change what my purpose of my organization is. Um, but yeah, yeah, I decided to do it, and now I'm in a process of going through finding funding for my conference, and so that's where the grants come in. Um, and yeah, yep. Does anyone else have any more questions?
Yes, I just want to say thank you, LaJoya, for hosting this and sharing this information.
Thank you.
Excellent, excellent
Thank,
information.
I second that. This is great.
thank you. Um, Everybody should know how to contact me, but if you don't, you can follow me on Black Educated Lesbians on everything: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. And also, you can view our website, blackeducatedlesbians.com. And yeah, if anyone else has any more questions, just contact me and I'll be able to, help you in any way. Like I said, this is recorded, so I am going to put it on YouTube once I figure out how. And that's it. I'm going to send this PowerPoint to everyone who signed up, whether or not they're here or not, just so they have the information. And yeah, if you need anything from me, just contact me. But I appreciate you all for attending and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you,
great
LaJoya. Thank you. Have a
one.
great weekend. Bye
You
bye.
too. Bye.